Woohoo! Mail for me? Hmm. Bill Ludlow wrote in on YouTube, name one scientific dating method that places the age of the Earth less than 10,000 years. Thanks for writing it, I'll do better. I'll name multiple dating methods. First of all, radio halo dating in coal is closest to the conventional dating methods that no doubt you are trying to point to. Way back in the 70s, Dr. Robert Gentry pointed to radio halos in coal from the Triassic, Jurassic, and Eocene rock layers. In evolutionary years, those layers are alleged to be 37 to 245 million years old. Wood was laid down and infiltrated with uranium. The uranium, as it broke down radioactively, left behind a sphere of radiation damage called a radiohalo around the lump of uranium. The wood was then compressed by tectonic upheaval into coal, and the spheres of radiation damage were compressed as well into flattened spheres. The uranium kept decaying and made a new sphere of radiation damage. Each alpha particle emitted from the uranium travels through the coal, damaging the coal. They radiate out in all directions, but they all end at the same distance because of the level of energy emission. So eventually enough particles are emitted to form these spheres of damage around the lump of uranium. The problem was that the amount of particles emitted since the compression event was only a few thousand years worth of radioactivity. And all of the coal samples had these flattened radiohalos within the same time frame. So what does that mean? It means that the 37 million evolutionary years to 245 million evolutionary years were all compressed into one event and one time frame only several thousand years ago. That's right, not even 10,000 years ago. But let us not forget the rate team's helium diffusion dating method. Uranium and zircon crystals embedded in granite basement rocks, dated over 2 billion evolutionary years old, gives off helium as it decays. The helium, being such a small gas molecule, leaks out of the crystal very fast, while the uranium that's producing it is a very slow rate. The rate team then made two predictions for the leakage rate. One based on the evolutionary age of the rock, and one based on the rock actually being 6,000 years old. When the actual lab work was performed, it wound up squarely on the 6,000 year age. This was basement rock, the foundational rock of the continents, now dated to 6,000 years old. Now, there's more ways we can deduce a young age of the Earth, but that's just two examples, and I'll have to do because we're out of time. I'm your host, Ian Juby. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you'll join me again next Genesis week. Remember, you can send us your comments, questions, hate mail, and your bad driver's license pictures to us in a number of ways. You can email us at